If, like me, you live in a hard water area, you will be familiar with the chalky white limescale building up in, on and around your kettle. But to solve the problem, it's quite easy. Simply relocate to a part of the country that has nice soft water. But if that's not a realistic option, you can manage the problem by regularly descaling your kettle. There are lots of products on the market available in your local shops that will efficiently do the job. Here are just a few. All have similar processes of cleaning, and when you factor in how much they cost and how many cleans you get from each packet, the cost per clean ranges from 40 pence per clean to 62 pence every time you want to clean your kettle. But one other thing they have in common: on the packaging of each of these products you will find the following symbol. This is a symbol warning of the corrosive nature of the ingredients. And when you flip these products over and look at the details on the back of the packaging, they all will say something along the lines of causes severe burns and eye damage. If swallowed, seek medical attention. Corrosive to the respiratory tract. Wear protective gloves. Is this something you really want to be putting in the same kettle that you use to make your morning cup of tea? Risking potential damage to you and your family's health? Well, there is a third option: distilled malt vinegar, or white vinegar. It's available from most supermarkets, made from natural ingredients. It's non-corrosive, so no risk to your eyes, skin or lungs. And amazingly, at 35 pence for a 560 milliliter bottle, it works out at just over 1 pence per clean. That's correct, 1 penny to clean your kettle. So I'm going to show you how I descale my kettle safely and effectively for a penny. Alright, let's go. Descaling your kettle with vinegar is super simple, and here's how to do it safely and effectively. Empty your kettle and rinse out any loose bits of limescale. Add a small amount of vinegar into the kettle, about 10 to 15 ml, just enough so that the entire element is covered, and leave for 20 to 30 minutes. For the moment, I'm just going to remove the filter. And there we can see the base of the kettle concealing the element is now shiny and clean. Now, to clean the rest of the kettle interior, we add water to the existing vinegar. Be sure to pour in enough water to cover the highest point of the visible limescale. And to make sure the filter also gets clean, we'll just drop that in there and let the vinegar and water get to work on the filter at the same time. Then just add another squirt of vinegar, about 10 to 15 ml. And finally, so there's no confusion in my house, when the kettle's being cleaned, we leave a bit of tissue in the spout as a signal to the rest of the house that it's being cleaned and contains vinegar, so that nobody uses it to make a cup of tea. Not that it's harmful, but it would probably spoil the taste of someone's tea. And there we can already see the vinegar and water getting to work on the filter. And then we leave that to soak for 30 to 60 minutes. What I've found useful about glass kettles is that you can see the internal limescale building up, so it encourages you to descale regularly. We live in a really hard water area, so tend to descale the kettle using this method every 10 to 14 days or so. However, this method works just as effectively on stainless steel and plastic kettles. And final step, empty and rinse. If you want to, you can refill the kettle and boil it just to clear any potential lingering vinegar taste, but I don't normally do that because we use such a little amount of vinegar in this method that I've never experienced any issues with lingering vinegar taste. And there we have a lovely shiny limescale free kettle. And that's it. No harsh corrosive chemicals, no mystery ingredients, no threat to your eyes or your lungs or your skin. Just clean, efficient descaling with something you've already got in your kitchen. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone whose kettle looks a little bit crusty. And if you're into simple, sustainable fixes for everyday problems, hit the subscribe button. We've got plenty more coming. Until next time, take care.